Live. I was going to turn it around to show you where I'd been sitting out here. I'm going to take you around the yard and the garden because it's just nice out here this morning. Let me turn you around. I was sitting there, got my cup of coffee, even had my laptop there. But we're going to walk out here and look around just for a minute. It's just nice out here this morning. It's really kind of been a little rainy, so everything's green and sort of wet. Hello, Christy. It's early morning over here. Just a nice, pretty morning. I was just going to take you guys around my garden. Had to replant part of it. Hello, Kim Burris. Hello, Francis. I didn't know if anybody'd catch me on here or not. Watching the King's coronation. I haven't started watching that. I'll probably catch the highlights of it, but I probably won't watch the whole thing. Here's my garden this morning. We've had a hard time getting some of this stuff up, but there's my beans. Had to replant my green beans. We planted them and they didn't come up, so we've replanted it. Maybe with all this warm weather and rain that we've had, they'll pop up this time. There's a row of English peas. A lot of weeds in there with all of it. That's a row of beets. And 4 rows of potatoes here. And y'all overlook the weeds. My garden has weeds in it. We have to try to grow it. And I think we replanted some more beans in these rows. Planted them once and they didn't come up, so we're trying again. Have a hard time remembering what's in the rows when it's not showing me yet what it is. And there's nothing here yet, but we'll put a row of okra in there, and what else? Maybe some peas. I think Terry said he put out some squash and cucumbers someplace. I've been in there sowing, and I've been letting him do the gardening. I come out and help him, but it's mostly his job. And there's a pile of compost down from the barn. There's another pile up at the end of that row. And those black spots there's where he's put the stuff in there for tomatoes. And so we'll plant tomatoes in those. But he's asked me if I would bend over and put them in the ground because of his hips. He's having a hard time getting up and down. So I told him I would. Hello, Joy. How are you guys this morning? So those are for the tomatoes. And let me show you this corn. This is my sweet corn, or candy corn is the variety we plant over here. But you can see it now. Keep it going. It's just nice out here this morning. I hear all kinds of little birds are singing. Well, I forget how many rows of corn I've got there. It's a bunch though, ain't it? Over here, I asked for this little row and I told Terry I wanted to put flowers in it. So I think there's a lot of weeds and old morning glories, but I think there's some zinnias and things are popping up. There's a little zinnia right there. And I had some sunflower seeds that let's see, Misha sent me sunflower seeds, and Cindy sent me sunflower seeds, and I put out some sunflowers. I believe that's going to be one of my sunflowers. Millie helped me plant some of the flower seeds, and I think she dumped the whole packet there, because I think that's probably all zinnias right there. I got me some more and planted me some. I sent you those. I should have got me some then too. I think I've got another sunflower there. And there. I'm going to see if I can walk up through here without getting too muddy, because everything's kind of wet. There's one of the little pecan trees here. And I know that patch is all growing up over there. It needs to be weeded and cleaned up. Oh, I see some cleavers. Let me show you these cleavers. Those are cleavers, and they kind of grab onto you. Well, I've got my nightgown on, but I'm going to show you. See how it catches onto you? Yeah, I've got my nightgown and my boots on. So now y'all know I'm not even dressed yet. Got a few blackberries a blooming over there. My elderberries is up here in the corner, so that's where I'm trying to get to. A couple of years ago, I bought a little sassafras tree and put right there. But you can see that it only looks like half of it's coming out. But we've had some extra cold winters around here. Little maple tree that volunteered, and I just left it there. There's a little swimming pool that's blue out here in the garden, and I hadn't picked it up and brought it back to the house. And we thinned them out, but my elderberries are up here in this corner. And they're starting to have little buds, and those will turn into those big umbrella looking flower bunches. But those are my elderberries. Just kind of turned into a elderberry thicket over there. And back around, now back the other way. I'm just gonna keep walking. Get back to the other side of the yard. And Terry puts lime and Epsom salt and all kinds of good stuff in his tomato hills. Looky there. I think he stepped there at one point when it was wet and sunk into the mud. So I'm trying to be careful and not sink in. Because there's the other compost pile. And I know when you use that compost, you get a lot of weeds in it too. There's my she shed. But my house is way over yonder. I've got all my little chicken blocks stitched, the blanket stitch on them, so I'm ready to put them all together. Bye, Christy. Thank you for stopping by. And yeah, I'm comfortable. I don't, yeah, sexy Rita. No, I'm comfortable. I just come out here. I wish I had my coffee cup with me. But I left my coffee cup over on the porch. Bye, Joy. Over here's some fruit trees. See if we can find some little fruit on it. Some apple trees and peach trees. And they bloomed. There's those beans. I don't see any fruit on that one. Just check this other one. I see a little peach up there. Let's see if I can show you. You see that little peach? Way up there. Is there another one? There's a little one. You find that little one right there? Don't look like it's going to have bushels of fruit, but it's got a little bit. We pruned them a lot this spring. Hope we didn't prune them too much. And that one almost died. That little one there. And Terry got real wild pruning that one. And there's poke salad. I know y'all Southerners know what poke salad is. I'm not going to take it in the house and eat it because it's all over the place around here. Like a spring tonic if you eat that though. And over here is our muscadines. We were going to put a trellis for them to grow on, but we haven't got that done. We have good intentions, but don't get everything done. And we prune them pretty good this year. Sometimes we get busy and don't get them pruned, but they're coming back out. More of that good old poke salad. They say that my grandma in the springtime would pick the poke salad, and because it was kind of real mild when it was young and early, that she would add some dock with it. And that's that dock right there. And she would mix them together. But some of my grandmas knew how to survive. Oh, here we go. I think that's cucumbers. Terry did this, planted those while I was in there sewing. And he's even got a little, I think it says slicing cucumbers. And he'll put that cage there around it for them to climb on. Here's something else he's planted. I bet that's the squash. I said he's been out here working when I've been in the house sewing. Go just a little further. There's my storm shelter. I know Gary asked about my storm shelter lots of time. Good morning. Good morning, Jen and Steve. And good luck with those chicks, Francis. You can do it. I think we need to mow the yard again. It's growing up. Oh, look what I found. If I can pick it or not. You see my pretty rose in there? Isn't that pretty? There's lots more bud. It's a climbing rose. Terry got it for me, and I wanted it to climb up and around the porch, but it hadn't yet. I may have to pick that after a while though and take it in the house. It's more of my weeds. I'm gonna take you over to the little greenhouse and show you the plants in there that need planted. Waiting on the weather to cooperate. Let me stop out here. This is just one of those wild roses, but I'm telling you, when you come out here, it smells so good. Shouldn't really be there, but it is, and it smells good. Good morning, Beverly. I'm just taking them walking around my yard. And then here, there's tomato plants, pepper plants, I think squash or cucumbers. I can't remember what all. There's kind of grazing lettuce over to the side. And I had planted, I believe this is arugula. That's some arugula. And what else? I think there's radishes back there. Can't hardly get back there. And I had barnyard dirt in here. Oop. And that lamb's quarters just volunteered come up in it. That's some good stuff too. There goes a mouse. You see that little mouse? There he goes. What are you doing in here? Got a mouse in here. That's better than having a snake, ain't it? Snakes terrify me. He's jumping down in there. Well, saw a mouse in my greenhouse. Anyway, there's those sweet smelling wild roses. We've just about made the rounds. You can hear the cows are lowing. Droplets of water on my clothesline. Sun's going to shine, so I need to do some laundry. Well, that mouse is flying around. It kind of made me jump when I first saw it. Had to make sure it was a mouse and not a snake, because I've not seen it in there before. All right, I'm gonna turn us around. I'm gonna turn around and say goodbye to you and go in the house. Here I am. I'm gonna get off here now and go back in, go find my coffee cup. You know, I've been known to walk around out here and forget where I've set my coffee cup down. I think I've left it on the front porch, so I'm gonna go get it and go in and start breakfast. Probably won't garden today because it's too wet, so I may get to sow again today. Bye, Kim. Bye, Jen and Steve. Bye, everybody that's still on here. I'll talk to you guys later. Getting off. Bye.